Good morning, guys. 1 second here. I'm currently in trade with ENTX. I'm going to give it a little bit longer. I might get out here if 79 cracks, which it looks like it might. So just bear with me for a second, and then we'll review the gappers. A little bit of momentum building up here again. Quite a slow mover. All right, there it goes. I cut my losses on this one. I gave back a little bit of profits on that one. I was up on ENTX almost 90 bucks actually. So this last break of 9-minute EMA did not work, and I was really quick to cut losses on that one. There's nothing wrong with the loss. There's just, you don't want to avoid the big losses because that hurts your account. You just got to be quick with cutting those losses. So let's dive into the everything. Let me turn some lights on here so it's not as dark. Good morning, everyone. All right, so first of all, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Morning, everyone. Welcome back to the stream where we first review the watch list and then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone is ready to go. It's Thursday. We got 2 more days before the week's over. It is the 23rd of July. It's 9:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we've got another 12 minutes before the market opens at 9:30. And then we'll wrap up trading usually around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Little reminder for anyone that's new, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. My trades are quick and not meant to be followed. Always know why you are entering a stock. What are your targets? What are your exits? What is your max stop? This community is a place to help each other, and anyone spamming will be put on timeout or kicked. Check out the video description below for some FAQs, and let's get to the good stuff. Spirit, yeah, actually that's kind of true. Yeah, that's actually a valid point. That's true as well. So I did a little bit of pre-market trading. I was up like almost $200 pre-market, and then I gave a little bit back on my last few trades. So right now we're up 130 bucks. I'm down on MXZ is the only ticker I'm actually down on. This is a little bit of a small trade I did. MXZ, we probably won't be trading it today. I think where did I buy these guys? Somewhere around like this dip of $8 or like $7.50 or something like that. Yeah, I bought these guys at like $7.66, was looking for a bounce, didn't get the bounce, and I took a small loss on it right away. Again, there's nothing wrong with the small loss. You just need to avoid the big losers. I don't know if you guys saw on the Twitter, if you guys are on my Twitter or not, but I posted yesterday. I had a feeling this was true, but yesterday we did not have one red trade. Yesterday, we had all green trades and 1 scratch, which means I got out for the same price I got in. And that was the last breakout trade. You guys probably even remember. Yeah, so kind of a cool day yesterday. Today is not as smooth, but it's a messy kind of day today. We'll review the gappers in a second here. MIST. So the reason I did not make MIST lead gapper, and this will probably be a little bit more obvious in a little bit here, but you know, it has a 22 million float, Canadian biotech. It was kind of popping up on the scanner fairly new, so it's you know, it's not as priced in yet. 25 million private placement plus positive study on some tests. So $25 million placement is basically like an offering. Just it's instead of a public offering, it's a private offering basically. And you know, either friends or families, institutions, private investors, yada yada. So they raised 25 million, which is a pretty big chunk for the fact that their company is only 82 million. I mean, so this is a pretty big size, about 20% of their company, over 20%. Watch out though, these guys. And this is why I didn't make it elite gapper, because one, the float's fairly high, 22 million, and two, the amount of warrants this has. Check out their recent what was it? The 8K, not 10Q, 8K. They just published it on the 23rd, so today, and it is horrible. These guys have warrants all over the place. They have 100 million at at $4. I think there was some in 3. So you just watch out. This one's probably gonna dump hard, and it could explode. Who knows? It probably will, or it might not. I don't know. It's gonna be tough to trade this one. Long-term wise, these guys were looking pretty rough as well. I mean, this is basically where you see warrants and dilution happening right here, and then you have the price trying to retest former highs, and it doesn't work because there's too many new shares. And if you kind of go back here, this is a clear indicator. Just scroll back a little bit further, and all of a sudden, boom! MIST had huge volume back here. Where did it go? It actually didn't go anywhere. There's just a bunch of new shares, and this thing probably had a very low float at one point. Now has a much higher float because all the new shares they sold into the market. So this thing's only going to go in one direction. That's most likely to the downside from here. So over the long term, but I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing MIST in like a year doing reverse splits and whatnot, trying to get back above $1. One thing though to consider is $7, 7.5 roughly. This is a huge resistance zone, and pre-market today we're at 723. So it's going to be interesting to see, are we going to break above 7.5? Are we even going to run all the way to 10 before those warrants get triggered? Who knows? It's always kind of a big guessing game with warrants. But one thing I do know is MIST after 1030, I probably won't be touching it at all. But yeah, for now, I don't know. It could easily still run to $10. So I don't want to be overly biased on this thing. I was a little bit overly biased here. I saw a really nice 5-minute bull flag, and I actually bought into that, and it was pretty perfect. But I was so kind of overly biased with this whole ticker at MIST that I didn't hold it very long. So I only walked away with 20 bucks because actually my first trade I closed as it was starting to dip back down for a small loss. I lost like 30 bucks, and the second trade I made like 50. So I kind of walked away with 20 bucks on this one. Nothing really too glamorous. Overall, I used small position size. So yeah, it is what it is. So let's see what we can walk away with MIST. Again, I'm going to be very cautious with this one. But for now, it is trending up, and for now, there's a lot of strength here. So who knows how far it's gonna go before any sort of pullbacks. What else is there to talk about? We got to hurry up here a little bit. ENTX, one of our elite gappers today, ENTX. 11 million float. Israel Biotech announces oral PTH markets survey results. I was actually kind of surprised it was up so much on that, and I guess that's it hasn't really been holding its highs too well. So let's see how this thing kind of keeps pulling back here. Probably some decent support at 2.5. That's usually a pretty big whole $0.5 pivot zone. So I will be looking at 2.5 for some possible support. And just to kind of remind myself about 2.5, I will go ahead and kind of place a order here at maybe 252 or something like that. That way I don't forget it. And if we do get filled here, it's obviously a tiny size, so it won't really matter. But it'll be basically like an alert. Actually, let me actually go in here, cancel, put 300 shares here at 51. ENTX, so yeah, 2.5. I would like to see some sort of support here, 2.5. And if you check out pre-market, we actually had some interesting support here in this area, 2.5 before. Long-term chart, you got to be careful. This one hasn't really had the best gap days. It had a few days where it pulled higher, but then totally sold off. So I'm going to be a little bit careful here. I do know that we have pretty decent support here at 2.3. So who knows? Maybe 2.5 is going to crack. Maybe right at the open, 2.5 is just absolutely going to crack down. So want to be a little bit careful with this one. Who knows how it's going to really open up here. I'm going to put an alert, see if we start pulling below 2.58. And yeah, I just, don't follow my limit orders, guys. I move them all the time. I just, always know what you're trading. Let's very quickly review why YVR, 5 million float, second big lead gapper, Canadian electrical gaming company, multimedia company. They partnered with the creators of Hootsuite. I don't know if you guys know them, but they allow you to automate your social media postings to advance their company's streaming. That's a really good news. I love companies that have this kind of catalyst of collaboration. So I really, really like that. 30% though, gapping down pre-market. Some reason to maybe be a little bit more cautious with these guys. Big support at 2, so maybe we're going to see some sort of bounce down here. I will keep an eye out for these guys, but I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous how they're going to perform overall. But again, big support at 2 on the daily chart. We can kind of see some pretty nice support down here as well. Whoops, I was like, wait, something doesn't look right here. So yeah, big support 2 right under the 180-day moving average. So we could see some nice bounce potential here. Then 175 definitely has some support as well. Go ahead and put a limit order there. And then what else do we got here? I did have a quick trade with USEG. This one is crazy because the float is so small on it. USEG. Let's check this out. This is ridiculous. Um, 0.6 million float, US oil and gas, no news, and I think it's a sympathy play off of yesterday. This was actually my biggest pre-market winner. I bought a bigger support bounce right here. Small position size, but again, had my first entry, didn't bounce. I averaged down a little bit, then it bounced, got out here at a pretty okay spot. Could have done this trade one more time. This was a really nice move. I should have probably been a little bit more focused on this one. I don't think I'm going to be trading USEG. Doesn't have a lot of volume, and I think maybe this one's pretty much dead. So I don't know if I'm even going to be looking at it too much. Whew. Out of the gates, I'm going to keep a close eye on probably MIST. And then with ENTX and YVR, I'll be ready to switch to them if we see some action. Benji saying, check out LKCO. We'll see if we can check this one out in a little bit. JILL is back on here too. It's going to be a busy day. Got another minute here till the market opens. Make sure everything is ready to go, guys. Check, is your time of force? Is it on day? Make sure to switch that back from extended hours because you'll have issues with your stop. Do you have auto send on? Do you have the right kind of fill size for the different tickers that we're looking for? So just, kind of go around, make sure everything is ready to go for the market open. Got another 30 seconds here. Hit the like button like Dex says. Thanks, man. Thanks, David. All right, guys, 20 seconds here till the market opens. Woo! Being very cautious with MIST. ENTX pulling higher so far. Same with MIST. The markets are red. YVR pulling back. YVR at 213, ENTX at 277. Pretty nice move out of the gates on MIST. Congrats to anyone that got that perfect gap. 18% so far. This could even get halted here. Remember, guys, big resistance right above, roughly at 950. I'm watching ENTX. Maybe we're going to get a pullback on this one. Brrr, just got the shivers. It's kind of chilly here today. Possible entry on ENTX at 2.8. Got a quick entry here. Watching ENTX have very small size on this one. Just increased my size here, looking for a possible breakout. Didn't get it. Pulling back now on ENTX. Let's see if we can give this one a little bit longer. Pulling back up here, starting to look a little healthy. Looking for that VWAP breakout on ENTX. Still a lot of selling pressure here. Would have liked to see this move a little bit quicker. Markets are still red. $11 million float on ENTX. Having a stop here at 75. Should be out of this one already. A little bit unfortunate. Just stopped out. I'm not really sure why I stopped and go off at 75. I'm going to have to watch that on playback and see where that went wrong. So a little bit of a loser here on ENTX. I was up a little bit. When I said that this thing isn't breaking out that strong, that should have been a sign for me to probably shift my gears a little bit. But I held on to it a little bit too long. So my mistake there. Yeah, YVR is looking pretty good. 20% move so far. This was my, I had a limit order here at 2. We didn't really get that dip. Had a little bit of a dip. So let's kind of watch this one a little bit. I also think ENTX, still has a second chance here. I'm a little bit annoyed that, we unfortunately gave back some of our profits on this one. It is what it is. So let's keep watching it. It's now back above 78. I'm gonna kind of give this one a little bit of time. For some reason, guys, TOS is very slow today. My scanners are not showing. They're not updating. A little bit annoying. MIST pulling back. ENTX still has a lot of volume on this one, so I might start trying to build another size here. Unfortunately, I sold at 68, pretty much the lowest spot on that one. Very messy on my end. Here we go. Our scanners are updating again. CBAY is kind of popping up here, huh? This looks kind of interesting. YVR is absolutely flying. Congrats to anyone that jumped on that one. Then ENTX. I see you guys asking questions in the chat. I will get back to some of these in a little bit. But the first 15 minutes of the market open, we like to be really focused. Make sure we know what's going on here. ENTX pulling back again, 271. Would probably consider buying this one under the 70s. I'm not sure if we're going to get some sort of pullback like that. Maybe we can start filling up some size here. YVR having a bit of a pullback here at 2.4. Had a little bit of an entry on EDGX at 74, looking for a potential double bottom here or a continuation to the upside. So light position size for now. I know I've been trading this one a little bit sloppy, so I'll just, play it very simple for now. I like the fact that it's kind of holding this area and it's building a bit of a base. Woo! YVR, guys. Woo, this one's absolutely rallying. Really sweet stuff. MIST kind of sketchy with that big pullback it had. Kind of a calm play here. 275 chipping away a little bit. Definitely some decent sellers on this one. I'm just going to stop out of this one. It's not really moving. Was looking for a bigger move, not really seeing it. I like the support we're getting on YVR though. I mean on an ENTX. So I'm going to keep watching it. If we get a pullback, I probably would re-enter here pretty soon. I really like what I'm seeing on YVR. Really sweet stuff. Could see a bigger 5-minute setup on YVR. I think that's how I would probably trade this one. ENTX looks like it's selling off a little bit. Nice, Michael. I like calm down. I like the ENTX. I really do like the support on it. I also like YVR. The support is at 2.4. Kind of interesting. Here we go. ENTX selling off a bit. Possible entry at 65. Selling off a little bit more, going to 63. Getting a fill right now. On ENTX. Didn't get a full execution on this one, unfortunately. Let's kind of give it a little bit longer here. I'm going to keep watching YVR because I think this one might have a nice 5-minute setup here pretty soon. So I would like to keep watching this one. Possible entry at 240, maybe even a little bit lower. Had that failed breakout here. ENTX is slow. It's a slow mover. OMI daily chart breakout potential. Thanks, Corey. Very light volume. Yeah, that's a big thing to worry about. Overall today, I wasn't really blown away by the tickers we've been seeing. So I was a little bit cautious on all fronts a little bit here. So ENTX looks like it's, you know, trying to move higher again. Looking kind of interesting. Possible breakout here in the... A lot of tickers to watch right now. ENTX moving back higher now. We're looking for a break of VWAP. That's at least what I'm looking for. I would like to see that $3 break. I don't know if that's a little bit too aggressive. Position size 46, 465. So pretty small position size here. This one does look like it could be breaking higher. Broke past the 9-minute EMA. So now we really need to see that place hold. Now this one did pull back quite a bit pre-market, so I was kind of cautious with ENTX out of the gates. It sold off 42%. I'm always extra cautious on a ticker that sells off so much. 11 million float though on ENTX does give it some of that potential for some bigger spikes. So I'm going to give this one more chance here to possibly break higher. Having that 1-minute pullback right now. 30 seconds on the minute. Selling volume is fairly light. $52 seconds on the minute right now. A new minute candle, new 1 minute candle is about to start. Fairly weak here on this one. Yeah, pulling back again. The sell-off on this is fairly light though, which does give me a little bit of boost of confidence. The ENTX was one of the lead gappers since 7 a.m. in the morning. So I think, the chance of this one having at least a retest of VWAP is fairly high. And that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, remember yesterday I took profits too early every time? Well, this time I held it a little bit longer and it would have paid off to take profits a little bit early. So now you guys know, I mean, that's how it is every time. Pulling now back to 70. Back below 70, back to our entry kind of point here. So we were up, fairly okay on this one. Unfortunately, pulled back quite a bit. So I'm gonna have to think about, how we want to deal with this. A little bit of spike here, some momentum coming back into play here. Let's see if we can break back above that 2.8. That's the critical spot that we need to break out of. So it looks like buyers are coming back in here. This is looking good. 2.75. Let's see if we can crack 2.75 and then pull back above 2.8. That's what I'm looking for. 11 million float. I mean, this one is, does have that spike ability of the lower floats. 2.81, that's what we were looking for. Need more volume to come in now, though. $85, this is looking okay. Didn't pull back too much on that little micro pullback, so that's a good sign. 285, 288 quickly, 289, 290. Nice. We might see a crack of VWAP here. I'm going to take some profits off the table. Looking for one more move here past 290. Having that 1 minute pullback right now. Small position size left. Yeah, it's much weaker than you'd expect. I'm going to give it one more chance here on a pullback. No, that was a pretty aggressive dip. Didn't do it again. New minute's about to start here in about 5 seconds. Let's see what the next candle has in store. Maybe we're going to get that pull back to 293. Eugene, I just read your message. I doubled down. That's one way to do it. I like the attitude. Honestly, ENTX on that pullback, I should have probably doubled down a little bit as well. I thought the chance of it having at least a VWAP retest was fairly high. It's looking a little weak though in this area, I gotta say. Morning is still young though, 950. I'm missing watching some of the other movers though. 280, getting chipped. A little bit light, I gotta say. ENTX making me a little bit nervous with these constant, very light, strong pullbacks, and buyers kind of dipping a little bit. So let's give this one a little bit longer. Here we go. 9-minute EMA support coming in. Pulling back up. Can we see the break of 3? This thing is totally geared up for the break of 3. Really small position size I have left over on this trade. So for me, if it breaks up, great. If it breaks down, it doesn't really matter regardless. But I would like to see a break of 3. I think it has the energy. I think it has the potential. It's still 952. Markets are kind of undecided, which is my favorite for trading small caps, actually. You know, this thing has been consolidating all morning, showing strength there. A lot of buying volume on the 1-minute candles in general, besides that last red minute candle. So, you know, this one does have that potential. So I'm going to give it a little bit longer. 11 million float. Let's see it. 290. Come on, let's see it chip. 290 can... There we go. There we go, 94. Can we see that break above 3? There's the break above 3, instantly to 308. So we walked away with some decent profits on this one, which is okay profits. I gave back a lot of my profits on ENTX. So I'm basically where I started off. It was really that second trade was total nonsense. Yeah, a little bit of disappointed in myself on how I traded that right here, but you can't get them all. ENTX, now that's above VWAP. What are we going to do? What indicators I use? I use the 9-minute EMA, I use VWAP, and then I use simple support and resistance, and that's it. Obviously volume as well, as you can see it on my chart, pretty big. This is looking good with ENTX. I'm not sure how much it's going to continue. The fact that it pulled off so much pre-market is always a huge red flag to me, so I just want to keep that in mind, guys. I'm not overly bullish on ENTX. Again, I have no idea what it's going to do. It might just fly through the roof and, you know, have the most bullish run ever. But every time I see a ticker pull off so much, especially past 30% pre-market, I always tend to be a little bit more cautious with it. This thing's had a lot of issues in this area. We have big resistance here at roughly 320. So I feel like there's a lot of reasons to be extremely cautious on this one. And that's just how I feel about it. So we'll see what we do on it. For now, I probably won't trade it unless maybe a VWAP dip, which it's looking like it's going to do right now. This is just one of those tickers where, you know, it just had a red to green, and sometimes I'm not surprised when it has like a huge crash. I don't know. It's tough to say. It's not as clean anymore as it was before, but that was a beautiful breakout. I sold way too early. It went to 318. I sold at 303. I was looking for a crack of 3. I didn't think it would really hold the crack of 3 as well as it did. So yeah, beautiful stuff there. Congrats to anyone that's making this one. And honestly, right now, it could be setting up a nice little bull flag 9-minute EMA pullback. So this could be a phenomenal second entry. Nice, Corey. Sweet. Let's continue the Ripski. Yeah, it would be cool if it continued. I'm watching it closely. I might buy this pullback. Something tells me I'm going to somehow miss it, though. Oh, no, John, what happened? I totally feel you, though. ENTX is up, you know, 65% on the day. And I also, my first open trade on it was red. And my second one was actually, I think, red as well. So it was just like, ugh. Gotta respect the stop, man. Yeah, John, super true. That's what I did as well. I respected the stop. Unfortunately, I sold out at the perfect low of this candle, which was pretty depressing. So this was a big loser for me. I lost actually a pretty legit amount of money. Like 20 cents a share roughly. More like 16 cents a share, which is huge amount on a $2.50 stock. Here's the ENTX with the bull flag setup. David, yeah. That's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's funny because I can relate. Here we go. ENTX. Buyers back up 3. This could be a perfect bull flag setup right here. I'm probably not going to buy it though. Steven's turned the wheels. 9:58, guys. Always kind of an interesting time to be trading. There's that kind of ferocious pullback that I thought we might see. Take a small size on this and see if we can trade it back to the upside just a little bit here. You know what? Honestly, it was a trade I didn't even really want, so I closed this one right away. It might break up and might continue its move. I just didn't really want that trade. I thought it was maybe a little bit emotional based, and when I had that thought that Alex, this trade you're doing right now seems a bit emotional, I went ahead and closed this one for a tiny profit. Used a tiny position size, basically just a scratch. Pulling back again here. Be careful, guys. Like I said in the beginning, this one pulled back over 40% pre-market, so that's always a really, really big red flag. Let's see here how this one's going to kind of play out. Right now, it's dipping below VWAP a little bit. So I've been way focused so far on ENTX, and sometimes it's okay because if you're really focused on one ticker, sometimes you could get the feeling for it a little bit better. MIST, obviously I missed this one, but it's totally fine. I think it would have been really easy to get chopped out on this one, or try to buy the bull flag breakout here at 880 and then all of a sudden get flushed down 8%. So I don't really mind that I didn't trade this one. I knew MIST was going to be choppy. I knew 950 was big resistance, so I knew the fact that this thing didn't really have that much more room to run. And I think the best time to trade MIST was actually pre-market, and it really goes to show that. So I don't really regret that I didn't trade this one. CBAY was one I probably could have been looking at more, and then obviously YVR likewise. Wow, CBAY, what a perfect pullback to support here at 4.5. Beautiful bounce. I hope somebody got that. It has light CBAY, it has pretty light volume on the day, so low relative volume. With MIST, we were talking about the big warrants it had on it. We looked at the long-term chart and we noticed that there was big resistance on it. So I just didn't feel comfortable trading MIST. That's really as simple as it is. It was a bit of a late day bloomer. It's just a shady ticker, so I just avoided it. Welcome, Grill. Good to see you again. ENTX might just keep pulling back here. I wouldn't be surprised if ENTX had some sort of double bottom at 2.6 at some point. I have no idea right now what I would want to trade, so I'm not jumping in on anything. I'm just going to watch here for a little bit, maybe till like 10:10, 10:15. We'll see what happens. You never know when something's going to pop up. I'm going to be right back. Little restroom break. Yeah, Shirkan, where's the most volume? Totally right. That's a good question. Let's see here. The most volume is on MIST, which I really will probably keep my fingers away from. CBAY, second biggest volume, but it's also a larger market cap. While YVR and ENTX, they have a tiny market cap. So actually, the fact that these guys have pretty high volume, their volume is basically more than MIST and CBAY based on their market caps ratios. Although MIST really is the lead one, this is actually insane with over almost $500 million being traded on the day. Hey, calm down. What? There we go. What happened? Something good just happened. Nice trade. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the support on the channel. ENTX, yep, this one was definitely done. We were cautious about that, and now it's pulling back. Here, guys, YVR, guys, is back in the game. This is actually one of my favorite tickers today. 5 million float, Canadian electric gaming company with the partnership of Hootsuite. You guys know I love partnerships, especially with larger companies or the government. But watch out, this one also has a bit of offering news, so I would be a little bit careful trading this one past 10:30. Honestly, guys, we might want to wrap up trading today a little bit earlier. I feel like today is one of those days where you could easily make a mistake or get stuck in something that you don't want to get stuck in. So let's just keep that in mind and see if we could trade YVR on the way up. We have big volume coming in now. This actually looks quite healthy. I would probably trade my first entry under 50. Not even sure if we're going to get that. Try to chase this one back up. I'm going to go ahead and cancel my orders, clear my screen up here. $47. So I may pull back one more time here. 53 is acting as some pretty decent support. $56, $57, $55. Tried several times now to bounce, so I'm seeing if we give it a little bit longer here. Here we go, 250 might crack. Let's see the crack of 250, that'd be nice. All right, I got a full size here. Well, actually not really a full size, about 248. So I would probably buy another 100 or so. Maybe YVR is going to have a bit more of a 5-minute setup here. I'm going to close this one for a bit of a profit. Something tells me that this could be a 5-minute setup. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. It might start ripping here. I sold at 258. Quick little trade. Bought the 9-minute EMA bounce. Yeah, okay. Looks like it's going to be maybe a bigger setup. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Take care, Jared, man. Sorry, I just saw that. Watching YVR. Selling volume is fading, so that's good. $10.08. Cleaner 5-minute setup now than we had before. This could break out here. 255, 257, 8 getting chipped away. This could be the runner. 260, boom! Instantly 265. Woo! Congrats to anyone that bought that flag pattern. It was looking really clean, honestly, I gotta say. Quick little pullback here. Let's see how high this thing goes. We got a double top here that we really need to break through. Honestly, YVR is probably one of my favorite picks, but I gotta say, also has a huge amount of warrants out for it. I don't like the tickers overall today, but I think YVR is one of my favorite if I had to pick. There we go, 64. Big question here. Can we break past that former high? I think that's what everyone's looking for. 66. I think we're going to do it. I think we're doing it right now. Boom! Up 8% already. This is a sweet move. We got to get... Okay, there it goes. 2.7. I was just about to say we got to get past the 2.7. Nice. Sweet stuff, guys. Congrats to anyone that got this. $76. Hey Corey, what do you miss trading? I missed the ticker on that one. I was like, it can't be what I'm looking at based on the dollar volume. I mean based on the price. OMI. Gotcha, gotcha. Thanks. Yeah, I wasn't even looking at OMI. Woo, sweet trade. Yeah, Dex, it's a sweet one. I know today's a little bit choppier, guys, of a day, especially with the markets overall in my first trade. But don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you enjoy the content. I really, really appreciate all the likes. If you're totally new here, consider subscribing. We stream till about 11 a.m. And we start streaming at 9:15 a.m. to review the watch list, and then we trade the market open. So definitely consider subscribing, and we'll come out with a recap video later today as well. YVR, I'm still looking at it. I'm still looking at ENTX, so my eyes are split like an iguana. I am just, patient, but ready. If I see a setup, I'm ready to jump in on it. The one hater already made his visit. Well, his daily trek to Mecca. I think everyone's got Venmo, right? Here we go. YVR 2.5. Woof, woof. 2.5 could be the support zone. This is what I'm looking for on this one. Oh, my mouse was over the price. That's why I wasn't moving. I was like, why is my order book not showing? I would be a little bit more cautious here, looking for a possible break of VWAP, to be honest. 4 or 5%. We've had some bigger pullbacks on this one, so 13% we've had. This pullback technically from the high. Let's see if the 50s hold. I wouldn't be buying yet, but it looks like I might be wrong. Other people are jumping on this opportunity. We're getting divergence, guys, on the 1 minute red candle. It's a bullish sign. Here we go, another pullback. Looks, this could be the break of 2.5 here. This last pullback went down to 45. That's not sure if we're even going to get more of the pullback than that on a second retest. That was a lot of selling volume that came in though. Oh, I sold my Sonos, guys, at 1738. I just sold my Sonos. If you guys remember that trade. I was looking for a hold over 18 and then ideally into the 20s, but it was looking a little top heavy and I didn't want to really hold it through earnings season. So that was a big reason I sold. A little bit of an announcement there. I sold my Sonos at 1738. CBAY above VWAP. Thanks, Corey. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Does anyone know the float on CBAY? Like 68 million shares outstanding. Doesn't have that much volume, CBAY. Oh yeah, Ryan, I feel you. Here we go. YVR trying to pull back here. Working up my size on YVER at 2465 was my average fill price so far. $66 million float. Wow, that's a lot. Thanks, Krill. I actually wanted this dip on CBAY, but I didn't get it. I didn't really have the confidence behind CBAY. I didn't really know enough about it to take that trade, although the trade looks pretty juicy. Good call out, Corey, on it. Bigger sell-off on YVR. My entry was at 46. Looks like it's still pulling off here a little bit. Yeah, CBAY would have been the one to stick to. So really good call out on that one, Corey. Still getting a lot of divergence here on YVR. Looking for a break back to the 9-minute EMA, and then maybe even possibly above that. A little shaky on the price here for sure. One second, guys. I see you in the chat. I'm having some issues with my chart right now. CBAY is cracking higher. Have a stop at 40. Possible second entry at 43. I don't know why this chart is shaking so much. It's extremely annoying. 46 might crack here. I was a little bit too aggressive in my entries. $47 looks like it's going to get chipped away. Looking to see it break past the 52. Looking a little bit weak here. Sorry guys, can't check the chat right now. Give me a little bit longer. 47, this is a messy turnaround story here. 47, building up momentum. This is actually looking good. 48 might break any moment. I don't know why my order book is flickering this much. It's extremely annoying. All right, I'm out of this trade. Small, I don't even know what you really want to call it. Small, just a small disaster trade. I was up, okay, 52 is actually where I wanted to take my profits. I would have made this trade a bit more worthwhile. I wasn't really seeing that. Maybe we were going to get that. I was a little bit nervous we were going to get a flush. But if we didn't get a flush at this point, maybe we weren't going to get a flush at all. I don't know. I really lost my confidence on YVR. I typically cut my losses very quickly when a bounce no longer works. Here, look at this thing pulling back again. Just so sketchy. Just so sketchy. So sketchy. Great activity in the chat room, guys. I'm happy you guys are all working together. Awesome stuff. Great to see this. Any chance ENTX gets back to VWAP? Whew. Let's quickly see here where ENTX is chilling. So ENTX went all the way down to 2.65. We were saying 2.6 is going to be a double bottom. So, you know, boom, it's already up 6% from that area. So super sweet. YVR, guys, is breaking 2.43. Woo! This is sketchy, man. That is a sketchy ticker. Is there a chance ENTX is going to go back to VWAP? I would probably argue there is, because now we've had a bit of a triple bottom down here, big support, but the volume is fading, so watch out for that. But as long as the volume holds here, I could see a VWAP retest, but again, nothing's really guaranteed. YVR, this is the flush I was so nervous about. This is why I was like, this is why I took profits so quickly at 2.5. I was not about this life. This was looking really, really shady. And boom, here you go. Here goes pulling back. So could be actually a good entry right now again. It's 10:26. I'm going to give myself a few more minutes here to possibly trade. It's been a pretty big move now from the top to the bottom. I mean, this has been a 15% dip. Our last dip down here was also quite aggressive, about 14-15% as well. We have interesting support coming in on this one. I would probably consider trading this one again. Thanks, Justin, for the $1.99. Thanks for the support, man. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, Satoshi, I totally feel you. I got to take bigger position sizes, man. I totally feel you. I'm working up to it. I want to kind of get more comfortable. I'm already taking bigger position sizes slowly. I don't know, Shrikant. I was looking at it around 2.3, but we didn't get that pull to 2.3, so I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to be trading YVR anymore. I would like to, but I really also want to wrap up trading today a little bit earlier, not because I have to necessarily go somewhere, but I'm feeling a lack of confidence with a lot of our elite gappers, and after 10:30, sometimes you get some nasty news. So I don't know. I feel like today I'd rather just not overstay my welcome. But I mean, I think YVR has definitely another dip in it, maybe around 2.3, because right now it's bouncing, but it's not looking very strong. If this area holds at 2.3, I'd probably go long for one of my last trades on it. So I'm gonna keep a close eye on it. MIST is holding this area, kind of interesting. You and Jay watching this one like a hawk, man. This is sketchy. It actually looks kind of good because we had a little bit of a double bottom here, kind of breaking higher. I would still be freaking nervous. I feel like today we're trading tickers with like scary risk reward. I don't know. And the market's red today, which actually usually gets me quite excited for trading small caps. Thanks, Abid. Yeah, Ryan, totally agree. Yeah, Satoshi, you're definitely right. Totally right. I'm gonna work my way up there. It's really just a comfort thing. MIST is pulling higher, guys. This is quite interesting. Corey's in on this one. Jay, are you in it as well? Why VR pulling back again here? Ooh, nothing really too surprising, I gotta say. 10:30, guys. It's 10:30. Look at this. 2.7 million shares, $1.50 a share. 4 million registered DPO. Direct offering. Yeah, it's just a bunch of news that I don't like to see. Yeah, YVR had that bounce of 2.3, so I shoulda, coulda, woulda bought the dip on that one, but again, I was lacking a little bit of confidence there. Entry at 811. That's a pretty sweet entry, Jay. Irgendwann bin ich Rentner. Lösche mein Facebook-Weil. Ich habe keine Fans mehr. Let's go, baby. I gotta say, MIST looks pretty solid. I feel like if I wasn't so biased on it, I would 100% be trading it. Looks good. Looks really, really good. $8.50. That's a place we need to crack. Nice, Ryan. I mean, half the battle. Sounds good, though. You gotta have a plan, and then you gotta stick to the plan, huh? YVR pulling back again as well. Nice, Satoshi. Yeah, Shrikant. I'm a little bit worried about that as well. Oh, look at that selling volume, just so strong on MIST. Whew. Oh man, Corey, you and Jay are freaking toughing this one out. I'll be such a little squirrel, so fidgety on this one. Nice, Corey. That's beautiful. ENTX pulling back. Yeah, I feel you. I would have done the same. There's no way I would have held through that. ENTX broke a really key support zone at 2.6, so that's a bit of a red flag. I'm gonna just kind of keep my eye on this one a little bit. How many trades did we do today? We're at roughly 13 trades, just the same amount as yesterday. That's a hard word. Space is at 27. Oh my God. Now that is a ticker that's giving me FOMO. Oh, ENTX pulled back again, 254. It's either going to bounce nicely in this area or continue a really sloppy streak to the downside. Yeah, I'd be a little nervous here in this area. It looks like it's trying to break higher back above 810, but there's huge sellers that constantly just smack the price back down. So oh, wow, that was a very lemony sip. Yeah, AMD is always a beauty. It's just like permanent nice stock mode. Yeah, Dissy. I sold SPCE at 16 like 50 when my entry at like 17 didn't hold, and I was like, okay, it looks like it was a failed breakout. Goes back to 17, breaks it, breaks 18, breaks 20, breaks everything. Now it's at 27, and I'm just sitting here like, Jesus. Must sell ENTX. What's OMI doing? Irgendwann bin ich Rentner. Oh my, breaks out nicely from 13.4. I'm so sorry, Corey. Hey, but Corey, if it makes you feel any better, it looks like a huge move, OMI, but it's a very small move. This whole move is only 2%. So, you know, what's like, is that even worth it? I don't know. But yeah, I feel you. That's always annoying. Yeah, Dizzy. Yeah, that was a sweet trade. Yeah, but you never know. And it's like, I feel like the one time you don't cut your losses, that's when you have like a 50+% loser. So it is what it is. Okay, yeah, Corey, I suppose, yeah, that's totally fair enough. That's a nice size. Wow, for some reason MIST has not joined the graveyard of stocks yet, so I'm really curious if it's gonna have a bit of a move here, guys. I'd be so careful. I'm honestly just watching MIST because I feel like it's gonna have an offering and flush down. I feel like that's the only reason I'm watching it, because I feel like I want to watch this flush. Yeah, sorry, Mark, that I'm talking so bad about MIST. I don't want to mess up your trade or anything. Think we could still do plays on ENTX? Probably. I'm not watching it right now. What was it at? It's at 253. Ooh, I would wait for another dip. It looks like it might do it here. If it doesn't do it, though, it might break back above the 9-minute EMA, go back above 2.6. That would probably be the trade I would want to do. 2.5 is huge support. So if 2.5 cracks with low volume, that's a big buy indicator. I don't know if I can enter just yet. Oh, here it goes, 256, 257. It's trying. It's trying. Look at MIST. It's also crawling back up here. Oh my God. Is it going to do it? Is it going to go back above 8.5? I don't know. Disciplined. I like it. Yeah, it's still $2 win. That's not too bad, Corey. Yeah, congrats, Mitch. Just nice to walk away. Thoughts on YVR? Well, YVR is somehow holding the area YVR impressively at 2.3. Now, I would have wanted to buy that actual dip at 2.3, but I was not watching it. And I think there's a good chance it might break above the 9-minute EMA, maybe retest the 2.4, maybe even go back above 2.4, but it's 10:42. It's really kind of getting later in the day. Offering galore news surrounding us. I feel like we're being just circled right now with offering news, and I just don't know if I want to risk it. YVR does look like it found some support. If I traded YVR though, I wouldn't trade it probably past 2.41 or so. I would take my 2-3% profits on that move and like be done with it. Discipline pills. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. No sirens today. Did I move? No, but that is a bit weird that there's no sirens. It's a good question. Yeah, John, I feel you. No problem, Dex. I can't believe I was up like $100 today pre-market, and then I gave it all back. I went down to like $30. I don't know if you guys saw that when I checked the P&L on the day. And now we're back at like $180 profit. So it was like up, down, up, and I'm just like, let's not go back down. Let's wrap it up. That's how I feel right now. Yeah, that's why it's a strange day. There's no sirens telling us to buy, to go all in. Yeah, Dex, totally. YVR looking a little bit interesting. Look at the sell volume on YVR though. It's basically non-existent, so could be a chance of a little bit of a pop. Yeah, Tesla back at 1613. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's borderline painful to actually look at Tesla. Like if you did not go long Tesla, or if you did not hold your long on Tesla. Let me quickly go to Sono and we could check out the trade. So we sold Sono at 1738 or so. It ran up to 1758, probably like left about 1% on profit on the table. This was a pretty sweet trade. I'm gonna have to calculate the profits on it, but it was pretty sweet. It was a clear classic breakout trade. We bought here as it broke out, and I bought the pullback back to 16, and then we wrote this up for the last 4 days or so. I wanted to see the break of 18, but I don't know. I mean, the earnings doesn't come out till the 5th, so I probably could have held this longer. I don't know. $6.15 roughly. Yeah, we made like 7% on this trade, on this Sonos trade, with about $2,000 position size. Yeah, we made like 140, 150 bucks. Pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy about this one. Thanks, Dex. Shorts getting smoked on Tesla. TSLA. Honestly, guys, I'm like blown away that the fact that it did not crash after this pullback. This is like the biggest crack momentum I've ever seen. I don't know if we're going to go past 1800. Do you guys think we're going to go past 1800? Look at this. Oppenheimer, did you guys see this? Oppenheimer maintains outperform on Tesla, raises price target to 2,200. So Oppenheimer thinks it's going to go to 2,200. They probably have a bunch of shares they need to unload, and they're just telling other people that it's going to go to 2,200. I honestly don't like get these random companies that come out with price targets. To me, that just sounds like professional pump and dump. It's just like corporate pump and dump. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I'm actually genuinely curious. What do I think about WITT, or I mean HTBX with government funding? At the moment, I have no thoughts, so I couldn't really answer that. A little bit of divergence forming on the RSI. Any stock that goes from 20 cents to $4 would be overextended in my book. But the fact that it's done this multiple times makes me feel like maybe it can pull back to 1.5 or so and continue. Maybe even 2.5. Let's quickly go in the hourly. Big resistance here at 3. 275 looks like it's really good support. So they got funding. I don't see the funding news. I would have to look more into it. Can they collaboration? Collaborations are always really good. They tend to be some of the best news. So that's good. I could see this testing 2.53 or 2.6 and having a little bit of a bottom here, maybe running up 12% again. I could see that. I probably wouldn't buy HTBX until we saw a bigger pullback. This thing is ripe for an offering, maybe even to 1.5 or so. Check out the, we were talking about this actually a few days ago. Check this out. So HTBX is constantly moving up, but it's getting divergence here. This actually was a very bearish sign. So the fact that it broke higher 30% is actually really impressive. But then we instantly pulled back to 2.56, where a beautiful limit order could have been waiting for it. Unfortunately, we didn't have one. Pulled off again, lower sell volume. That's actually a bullish sign. That's quite nice. Less volume today. Quite nice again. I don't know where this is going. I honestly have no idea, but I could see an entry around $2 being quite nice. Scary stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't day trade this one though. Man, guys, MIST, what is going on? I was so wrong about this ticker. Congrats to anyone that, freaking held through the danger territory, or I don't even know. Is this worth it? Oh my God. $750 shares of Tesla. Hey, that's a freaking huge size, man. That is no joke. Yeah, what is that? What's Tesla at? Like 1,600 right now? Yeah, that's like $1.2 million. I'm a pimp. Oh, calm down. That is ruthless activities. JC, how many kidneys do you have left? That's that's actually a really valid question here. So YVR actually broke above the 9-minute EMA and hit 2.4, but then it flushed right back down again. So That's basically the activity, the extent of the activity. Felix is coming in with competition. Whew. Calm down, throwing some heavy words over here. What is the general consensus? When are you talking about on MIST? MIST is like, I feel like there's a kid story about MIST where somebody is like, this sounds really weird. Like if you're trying to like lure somebody, you're just flashing something nice and they keep going deeper into the woods or something, like a Little Red Robin Hood story or something, although the fox wasn't really leading her into anywhere. But imagine the fox was like, ooh, look, there's flowers over here. And eventually she just goes deeper and deeper into the woods, and then MIST, boom! Oh, direct public offering in your face. Oh, I'm sorry that I'm so biased about it. Guys, do what you want. I am not here to tell you how to trade. This is just me missing a good opportunity. That's what this probably is. I mean, look at this. This is like perfect. We got big volume increasing here. We got sell volume decreasing, breakout with big volume. I mean, technically this is a huge buy indicator. But check their last posted a financial document. It has so many warrants in it. I wouldn't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. Their last 8K, that's what I was trying to say. Oh my God, guys, it might be happening. It might be happening. Nope. Oh, come on. Oh. Woo. 833. My accountant was like, don't invest in stocks. Yeah, I think that's just really mean advice. Don't be jelly, Alex. Yeah, JC, I'm probably just super jealous about MIST. You're honestly, like, I kind of am, but whatever. John's just, woo. Hey, man, hats off to you guys making profits on MIST. I'm walking away with profit on it too. I got 21 bucks to my name on MIST. So, hey, I traded it. But I knew I wanted to be done with MIST into the market open. I knew it for a fact. Who's going to buy this VWAP bounce? I'll tell you who's not going to buy it. You got the blood pressure going. Oh God. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Eddie. Uh-oh. Here it goes again. 807. Oh my God. Is this the offering? Woo, that was so many sellers. Oh my God. I'm constantly looking at the news. I feel like it's going to happen any second. Woo, I own AT&T. It's one of my dividend stocks, and it looks like their estimates beats earnings. That's beautiful news. Their earnings beat estimates. I said that in the wrong way. Appreciate it, Kyle. Thanks, man. Shrikant, let me see this comment. Shrikant, where are you hiding? I don't know if I can see it. How high up is it? Oh man, this thing is still... Offering has to be coming. Yeah, Corey, I'm with you. Hey, Satoshi, there's no way. I don't think we could be moving any ticker unless it's really just no. That'd actually be funny if we all found a stock with no volume and we all just started buying it and see what happens. Although I gotta say, I don't know if that's allowed. Take a short now, Satoshi says. Take a short at 883. That's a pretty good spot for a short, I think. Everyone in this chat room is so savage. Short, 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 dump, dump, dump. Oh, David. This thing was only above for like a few moments, above 9. Ooh, YVR pulled back again. So much for that potential rounded bottom it was forming. Just total crush. Back to 220. This is actually might do a double bottom. Gets his fans to buy the same stocks. That has to be illegal. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, but it is actually just like a funny thought, if it's even possible. Ready for the next one. Can I actually short this ticker? Let me quickly see here. Let's say I wanted to short at 854. This stock is not available for you to borrow. So I couldn't short if I wanted to. Man, the guys, there is so many sellers on this. Almost everything we were looking at today is pulling back. YVR, ENTX, it's just a slaughterhouse out there. Honestly, I had such a strong feeling that today after 10:30 was going to be miserable. So that's why I stopped trading. I think my last trade was pretty much at like 10:25 or so. Ooh, MIST, another pullback here, 787. I've never had so much fun watching a stock go down. Shorts are praying for the offering. If that offering doesn't come out, there could be a squeeze. Who knows? Yeah, I think the P&L today is very, very nicely green. Let me put an alert here again, so if we start pulling back, I go right back to it. I'm going to put it here in the 80s, 787. I really don't want to miss a big pullback. So yeah, we ended the day today, $280 profit, pretty nice. It's unfortunate I gave back so many profits. Like I said, we were up pre-market like 180 bucks. Boom, my first trade with ENTX, I gave back almost all of that. And then we built our way back up. Most of our profits coming from ENTX. So a lot of trades, some over $2,000. We had one negative ticker with MXC, so overall pretty stable. Couldn't really complain. We have 13 trades that we made today. And actually, let me quickly just go here and show all my filled orders because I like to take a screenshot of this for later. So very, very cool. Good fun day today. I got to say, it was a really, really fun day. But it was a little bit of stressful way to start the day. I think I like pre-market, I was like very in a Zen mode. Market open, I just really butchered it like a total doodle. So there we go. 11:02. 20. Yeah, Satoshi, if you use TOS, you need to count over $100,000 to short hard to borrow stocks. They give you access. Look at this. This one just went from hard to borrow to an NTB, which is not available to borrow. So whoever got the hard to borrow stocks now, basically this thing, there's full shorts sitting on MIST right now. This thing has 100% shorts occupation going on. So I can usually only short if a stock is easy to borrow, which is like any sort of large cap, any mid cap, really most stocks. But when you go into the small caps, then a lot of them are hard to borrow and you need to count over $100,000 to get to the hard to borrow. So that's like the quick and dirty based on TOS support. That's Heiko actually told me about that because he was on support with TOS. So big thanks to Heiko for figuring that out. All right, Ms. Man, take care. Here we go, 790. Man, I'm getting exhausted waiting for this thing to halt going down. All right, John, take care as well. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. I really appreciate everyone being here. Welcome the new member. Wait, hold on, I didn't see it. Who's the new member? Joyce. Welcome, Joyce. Happy to have you here. The community welcomes you. It's a fun bunch of people. MIST is trying to squeeze shorts right now. You missed. Ay. So I guess MIST is going to probably happen sometime later, but we'll pretty much wrap up the stream and then we will. In the recap video, we're definitely going to probably see some sort of big red candle. Now, if we don't see a big red candle, then I'm going to be very surprised. But you never know. I get surprised every day on these small caps, so nothing is really too surprising. Welcome to the cult. Yeah, this is definitely a bit of a culty group. I feel like there's some traders looking at MIST that are like, oh, look at this perfect dip buy here. It looks like the 9-minute EMA is about to break out. This is like the epitome of the danger zone. All right, I'm gonna give it till 11:15 and then I'm gonna wrap up. So let's chill for another 10 minutes here and see if MIST breaks. You never know when it's gonna crack. I think it's going to crack in the next few minutes. I felt like it was going to crack like 5 minutes ago. YVR is actually looking like it might do a double bottom soon here at 2.1, so that might be a really good spot to watch it. ENTX, I see you guys calling it out. This was one of my favorite tickers today as well. Big pullback to 2.4. Yeah, man, that crack of 2.6 was basically the beginning of the end. I probably wouldn't trade ENTX till maybe around 225. On the daily, there's really nice support on 225. So that's probably where I would be looking for some support. It might not go all the way down there. We also have the 180-day moving average on ENTX. So I think ENTX might see some big support coming in eventually, but I don't really see this one bouncing more than a few percent. So I don't know. No matter what happens, I'd be probably very careful on this one. But yeah, 2.2, what did I say? 2.25, huge support. We've had many retests in this area, and then we had the big breakout from this area. So I wouldn't be surprised if 225 was the retest zone. You're probably going to be risking about 12%, so that's not really too bad. You could probably average down a little bit. Look for worst case, walk away, break even. Well, actually, that's not worst case. That's like best case if the worst case happens. Worst case, you'll walk away with probably like a 10% loss. But yeah, I don't know. 2.25 is an interesting zone for ENTX. I would probably consider front running it a little bit or buying, I don't know, conservatively and then averaging down. I don't know. It's tough to say. I don't even think I'm going to be trading it, but that's like what I think I would do if I wanted to trade it. Yeah, man, no problem. I wouldn't long trade this if you gave it for me for free. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I wouldn't touch it either. I would wait for a bigger pullback. But like I said, if you go to the daily chart, you could really see some pretty decent support come in here. The problem is once 2.25 cracks, you don't know, what's the next spot? Maybe $2. I don't know. And what happens if it comes out with an offering or something and it ends up like this big old candle? We know that ENTX, I think it even had a bunch of offering news as well. Oh my God, every ticker today was so ugly on their 10Qs and 8Ks and all that stuff. This one doesn't look too bad. Just be careful, guys. Always check the disclosures and the forms and see what's going on. Or just don't trade after 10:30. Oftentimes, offering news and warrants don't get exercised until after at 10:30. Yeah, Shrikant, I'll definitely go over MIST. Yeah, I'll talk about why it was not something I wanted to be trading. That's a good point. I'll definitely mention this. Yeah, on MIST. All right, Corey, man, take care. Space looks like it's high of day. Oh my God, Space just nagging at me. ENTX looks like it's trying to make a reversal, but I don't think any of the pops to the upside are really gonna hold much weight. HOD is high of day. I just typed in HOD. You said this is for space. This is how I know it's time for me to wrap up. When I type HOD into the ticker chat. Just no. Yeah, look at that. Oh my God. Absolutely wild. There it goes. 30 zone. I'd be very careful. I'd probably be really careful here at 270.27. I don't know. Big resistance above. Volume's fading. It's a nice runner. I'm glad you found the channel as well, Douglas. Happy to have you here, man. Having bought ENTX at 265, should I cut losses? Man, I really don't like answering that question for you. I probably would be cutting my losses. I would probably sell into a spike and just be done with it. But, if it randomly pops back above 2.6, I don't want you to be like, Alex, what are you talking about? Always know what your max stop is, and then, practice sticking to that. And I think the hardest part about trading is remaining disciplined. I think once you can get into a disciplined mindset with trading, then a lot of doors open up. A lot of things start making sense because trading is all about risk management. Wow, you're a real long, yeah, Satoshi. Yeah, I want to build a bigger position on SPCE. Maybe when there's another bigger dump in general, I would like to do that, especially under $16. I'd probably start buying SPCE for long-term play. Yeah, patience disease is very true. I like the 9-minute EMA. I used to use the 15-minute EMA, but for breakout day trading, I found the 9-minute EMA to be a little bit more helpful towards the responsiveness. The 15-minute one, I usually would miss my entries somehow, even though I knew I should front run the 15-minute EMA. So it was like I knew about like how to trade it. I just messed up more with it. I don't know. It's a bit weird. Oh, MIST, man, it's really making us wait. You just don't know when these things are going to crack. But big sellers here for sure. Try to break out higher here once at 23. Didn't work. Tried again here. And then both times with less volume. So this thing is definitely setting up for a nice collapse. Yeah, Satoshi, very good way to put it. Take care, Dex. All right, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up here as well. Was really good fun again trading with you guys. I think the first 15 minutes I was very shaky, but luckily we kind of got back in the saddle a little bit, so that was nice. I will see you guys first thing tomorrow, and I'll see you guys in the recap video as well. Yeah, their cabinet reveal. It's just a fun company to follow. If you guys want some good reading, check out Sir Richard Branson's books. He's got some really good biographies. I've read all 3 of them. They're phenomenal. They're like little movies. That guy's a legend. Just really good stuff. So good biography from Sir Richard Branson, the founder of basically everything Virgin. All right, guys. Take care. Make some awesome trades. Manage your risk. Yeah, Elon has a really good book as well. His biography, phenomenal. I read that one like a few years ago. That's a really good one. Founder of Virgins. Yeah, that's Sir Richard Branson. All right, guys, take care. I'm out of here. I gotta go to the bathroom. So till next time, don't do anything silly. Don't blow any accounts. I'm gonna try to figure out how to end this stream again. Somehow it's been taking me extra long lately.